This is modern day slavery, and on Juneteenth, this is for Shabazz Napier, the Yukon Star Senior point guard.
I'm Emani Stanton, and I go to North Atlanta High School.
I'm Jayla Jackson, and I go to Holy Innocents Episcopal School.
I decided when I got into high school that I was going to avoid debate at all costs because getting into arguments was getting me into a lot of trouble. And then a friend of mine who was an alumni of the Harvard Diversity Project introduced me to it. And she was like, it's a room full of Black kids and we just talk about scholarship and it's really fun. So I'm like, okay, I'll join that. And then they're like, boom, we're going to start debating. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm here now. Debate isn't just an extracurricular. Debate becomes a lifestyle at some point because you are taking these problems where you would usually just say, okay, this is my opinion on this, but you're forced to go outside of your opinion and go outside of your mindset, and it makes you more open-minded because you can't take anything at face value. So now everything in your life you're questioning, oh, who made this? Where did this come from? What's the origins of this?
When you've thought about every caveat and every nuance of what you're talking about, it makes it so much more easy to understand. And it also increases your empathy.
Debate is definitely diversifying, but it's still a white male-dominated field. There is other cultures. There is a lot of Asians and other people of color, but Black people, both women and men, are still the minority. So that's the Harvard Diversity Project's mission. It's not necessarily that debate isn't getting better, it's that we want it to get better for Black people because even though it's increasing in diversity, it's not increasing in our type of diversity.
Representation is one of the most important, if not the important thing for the progression of a community. Being a Black person in America, there tends to be a lot of limitations of what you can do, of what most Black people are doing, of what we think we can accomplish, of what the world thinks that we can accomplish. And so when we are intrusive in spaces that are not inclusive, it breaks those limitations. It stretches the mind and the confidence of people of color. When you see two young Black girls who are dominating in a debate competition at one of the most collegiate and prestigious institutions in the nation, it's like, wow, what I thought that I could do, what I thought I was able and willing to do has now been stretched.
At the very beginning of the debate, I always get like that pit in my stomach. Oh my God, I'm so nervous. Am I prepared enough? Did I make enough blocks? Did I make enough arguments? Or do I have enough evidence? And then when the debate starts, I'm just having fun. I'm in my element.
There were times where I okay, Emani, hype me up. I need energy. Give me energy. Give me energy. And she's like, girl, we got this. We've been undefeated the whole time. And so I need that. But then also, once the debate starts, we're similar in it's like game time.
We argued the neg, basically that they should not increase defense commitments. And we argued that because there's a trend that where troops are, sexual violence follows. And that's because troops engage in prostitution, and when prostitution increases, so does the demand for sex trafficking. And then our second argument was about energy sustainability. So NATO should help the Baltics switch onto the EU power grid and onto more clean energy sources.
This is for Brandon Finley, who after obtaining a career-ending injury was tossed to the side because he was no longer of use. Judge, if you have an ounce of empathy.
The way you speak about things, the way you emphasize one word, even just the movement of one hand from one space to another, it grabs people's attention.
We recognize that there's a humane element to everything and that we're dealing with people here. Topics like sex trafficking and sexual violence, climate change, and the effect on human life. These are things that just spouting out numbers about it and not really connecting with a person about, how would you feel, if your family member or if you're living in an area that is being extremely impacted, your quality of life is impacted by this one decision, makes the judge completely think about it in a different way.
It's not just something that's for lawyers or people who want to go into the law field. It's for everyone. Debate has changed my life to the point where my confidence is matching with my abilities. I could be so brilliant, but if I wasn't speaking up for myself or if I wasn't showing people, then it doesn't matter. Confidence is a game changer in every single space that you step into, whether that's debate or not debate.
I think totally different than I used to. And I think that that's made me a better person. My ability to delve into concepts. My proclivities now are that of an academic. So I read so much more. I study so much more. Things that I just like wonder, like there's a bug like on the window by my front door, and it's a species I've never seen before. And I'm going to look it up, and there will be a research paper done on this species of bug because I've never seen it before. So just having that mindset, having that energy, I think is so advantageous. I think that we need more people like that. I think it will solve a lot of our issues because a lot of our issues tend to come from ignorance.